Hey, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Venus. If you're new to tarot, just know that not every Cancer reading is going to resonate, so if you feel like I'm wrong, please just disregard the reading. Never try to make it fit. Couple cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a personality but really don't have anything to do with the sex or gender of the person being described. Some folks feel like the readings are in the reverse. If you feel like that, you can take it that way. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more readings. I do offer a membership. That'll be where the subscribe button is. Or you can find the link in the description of the video. That's where you'll also find all the information for private personal readings and my other social media links. So we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. The overall energy is the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. The King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, Judgment. Some Scorpio energy there. The Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups were at the bottom of the deck. Some of you have been single for a while, like I think something ended and it took you a hot minute to get over it. But I feel like you have recently decided that it's time to move past this, to really try to do something new here. Because you've been actively kind of out here and putting yourself out there, I do feel like someone is offering something to you here. And this is a safe person. This person could be an earth sign or a Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. But they're loyal. They will dedicate themselves to you. They are looking to settle down. This could be sort of a warning to someone who, is single. There could be somebody that they talk to that maybe they do like. Maybe you're unaware that this person is just going to either ask you to be with them or they're going to finally ask you out. But a lot of you, I think, might be a little anxious. You don't know if you even want to get into something. It took you so long to move on from the last thing. Seems like you've gotten kind of comfortable being single, so you're not just looking to get into any old relationship. You need something really specific here. And I see someone attracted to that. Tell me about this, can you please? the Seven of Cups, the Empress, Libra, Taurus energy, and underneath we have the Five of Cups. So I think that this person, they have a lot of options, but I think they too have had a lot of loss. So it's like, this person's been through, something or some things similar to you. They've also lost, but there's something about your energy. It's like you really stand out. I feel like, the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, the Ace of Wands, and the Emperor. Well, we already have the Empress here. This is someone who, upon meeting you, is like, that's the one. I think they too are very comfortable with being single. They have all of their stuff together on their own. But the spark is there, the Ace of Wands of the Tower. I'm getting this person doesn't really play any games. I mean, if you look at the Emperor in this deck, he's got the chess piece there. And of course, he's sitting on Mars. So there's just something really, like, this person is not just physically attracted to you, it's sort of like the aura. I don't know how else to put that. Like, if you look at the Ace of Wands card, it's like, it's an energy. It's not just a physical attraction. So this is somebody who's willing to take you more seriously than what you've dealt with in the past right off the bat. And you'll know, because they're going to let, this is somebody who's just, like, they're actually talking about it. Like, they're, this is what I'm looking for. I'm not really into this kind of thing. I think both of you are going to be shocked by each other's energy, to be honest. It's not just this person. It's almost like this person is willing to admit up front, though, that they know, they feel that spark. They're not even about to let somebody else get a chance. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy, the Chariot. Justice, Libra energy, the Knight of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Six of Wands. I'm saying you're going to know exactly who this person is because the way things are moving along. Look, the Two Cups is behind the Six of Wands there, so you're going to see. It's going to be something about, the way this person moves specifically. Like, they're not playing any games now. It's interesting, too, because it's always the Emperor driving the Chariot here. This person's coming full force at you. They're not playing any games. They're sure about what they want. Sure about what they want. This is a blessing for you. So some of you could be a little scared to get back into something. Maybe you just gotten your freedom and you're finally happy in your singlehood. But that's when you always do meet the right one, right? Anyway. I really like this for you guys. Let's see what else is going on in Cancerland. So fishing for comments. The Doesn't matter. I don't think that was a mistake the first time either. And shine. Your light irritates their demons. Okay. So we have justice as the main energy. This is Libra energy. The Ace of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. The Sun, Leo energy, the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords and the High Priestess. Cancer, Pisces energy. You know, justice is always about balance. I'm getting, for some of you, there's this huge win coming in. It puts you in the spotlight in some type of way, but in order for this to happen, it sort of knocks the scale the other way for someone else. And it's just given with these two oracle cards that it's important how you react, because someone really does feel some type of way, and I feel like they're going to definitely have some comments towards you. But I would leave it be. Some of you already know what this is about. It's going to be important to focus on the positive that's happening in this situation and not let anybody sort of knock that moment. You know, it's a kind of a strange world today, you know, where where positive things finally happen for people, things they've worked hard for. There's always going to be like that other, like a group of people that just can't, you know, it doesn't even affect them, but they still can't be happy for a person, or they're just going to be like over critical. But I think in this situation, it's how things should be with justice, but like it's the tipping of a scale. You know, it would be like someone losing their job and you taking the position. You know what I mean? Like they're like, obviously the person who's losing the job would hate you specifically, have something to say, even though really they're probably losing the job for something they've done. That's just an extreme example. This doesn't have to be like that. You know, this could just be you receiving some good attention at work and a coworker feeling like, well, what the hell? I always get the attention. This person's taking the attention from me, and now I'm going to, you know, just act some type of way. But there's someone around you where you don't really know their struggle and how they're feeling, and it's better for you to just not even give into it. So I think someone will have to get over themselves in a situation here. It looks like there's something being offered to you that, yeah, another ace. I don't know what's going on with my throat, clearly. This doesn't need to be said or something. Yeah, I just think that there's, you know, these opportunities that are happening for you. There's something going on with you that's just going to piss someone else off. It could be the things that you're talking about. You could come off more intelligent, you know. You could be a little more practical than this person or something. And I just think this comes down to raw attention. That's what it's giving me. Like someone's used to getting a certain amount of attention, and when you get it they're going to lose their mind. But then again, that really tells you why they're always doing it. I don't think that you're doing it for attention. I think on your end, you're just smarter and more practical. Something like that, So I just wouldn't let any negativity in during your personal wins. Definitely not. The world's at the bottom of the deck there, so let's get one last spread and then I'll get out of here. Okay, so we have surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden and adventure. Live wild and free. So the overall energy here is Temperance, Sagittarius energy. We have the Ace of Swords, Strength, Leo energy, and the Five of Swords. Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, Lovers, Gemini energy. And at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. Keep getting harmony, harmony, and we have these two cards that bring that in too. I feel like somebody's changing though. It's like the way that they view the world. There's something about, I'm getting like wisdom, and wisdom is different than just intelligence. Wisdom comes from experiences, right? I think someone has maybe unlocked the ability to I want to say see all different sides of stories or dive deeper into things before making decisions. Someone realizes that like a lot of arguments or a lot of maybe really messy thoughts that they've had have always, some of it has been because they didn't have enough knowledge on a subject or something, like a bit of, I don't want to say ignorance, just misinformation sometimes from not really like diving into a situation. I'm getting somebody has broken free of this. Like there's a way of thinking that's ending, and it involves trying to see things from like a different way, to like compromise in situations or to really, I don't know, I'm just getting know all sides of the story, which is highly intelligent. But it also brings a lot of peace, if you kind of understand something from all the way around, from everybody's perspective, then there's understanding. There's nothing to be afraid of or to worry about. You just understand the situation as it is. But sometimes if we don't get enough information, of course it can create fear and things like this. Now this, I think, can come up in all kinds of situations. Someone's starting to apply it everywhere. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5 different sides to every story, and it's best to get all of these perspectives. Maybe someone used to sort of just go with one and kind of like fly off the handle. There could have been like, I'm just going to jump to a conclusion, and this could have hurt them immensely. But now there's like this integration, that's happened in life where like they really, someone, like I said, has become a lot wiser. They've unlocked parts of their brain that they were not using in the past. You know, it's like a maturity here, though, but I think this is really profound. You know, it's like someone doesn't just run with one person's story and then come up with a conclusion right away. It's like really diving deep into information and trying to really understand situations, because they've learned that it's actually harmful to just come up with some kind of, you know, conclusion like that. Like someone tells you a story, you immediately believe that it's true, and then you just run with that. But maybe, you know, there is a lot of freedom in this when you can, I guess, not even just get like scared or immediately get angry, but really try to understand what's happening in each situation in life. So I feel like this is rewarding somebody for this, because this is not regular human being behavior these days, to be honest. Yeah, the Two of Wands, Death, Scorpio energy, the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Wands. The Queen of Swords. I knew it too. It's discernment. And it is growth. I think someone's been working really hard on themselves and they realize some of the choices that they've made in the past. And this is mental, you know. Weren't even their own, maybe like ideas, or, you know, they just weren't thinking for themselves. And someone's like starting to also pay attention to like who really plays the victim versus who usually is. There's something with like, you know, having discernment in other people's stories, the stories they tell. Understanding there's another perspective outside of it. So this could be mostly with like, I think, humans and maybe even like information these days. And, you know, we don't think about this all the time, but the information that we take in matters. You know, if we take in a lie and it seems like it would do something harmful to us, we get scared, we could get angry, it could really mess with our emotions. But if we really think for ourselves and say, is that what it is though? You know, is that somebody's just thinking for themselves, and part of this involves trying to understand from another person's side too. You know, it's like, why would somebody do that? Or even just questioning people, you know, when they come in with this, well, this is what happened, and they did this, and they did this, and they did this. Just asking the question, and why did they do that? Did you do anything? You know, like something like that, you know. Where in the past, someone was just, like, taking information and running with it. So I feel like this is, like, just validating somebody on this, like, thanks for being like that. And I am too. Thanks for being like that. We need that in the world today. All right, guys. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.